The Catalan giants are making clever transfer moves this summer. Reports suggest Barça are working with a La Liga rival to secure a defensive talent through a rare co-ownership deal. Meanwhile, the club is cashing in big from player sales and sell-on clauses, but just how much money have they made so far? And that's not all. With the transfer window heating up, Barcelona are rushing to renew Frenkie de Jong's contract before June ends to secure his future under Hansi Flick. Stick around as we break down all these updates in full. The right-back position was one that generated concern last season for Barcelona as a department where the club lacked depth. After all, Jules Koundé was seen to be the only player in the department. Eric Garcia's flawless adaptation to the position in Koundé's absence, however, changed the outlook of the Catalan giants board, who now see the versatile defender to be a more than able backup. The right-back position, thus, has slipped down the priority charts and is no longer seen to be an emergency. According to Estadio Deportivo via Sport, Barcelona are reportedly working on a smart move behind the scenes to strengthen the future of their defensive department. A deal with Real Betis for Marc Pubil. Marc Pubil, Almeria's young right-back, has been on Barcelona's radar for a few years now and was even closely linked with a move to Barcelona in the summer of 2024. In the end, however, financial constraints saw talks fall apart. Now, with the Andalusian club failing to secure promotion, Pubil will leave Almeria, and Barcelona do not wish to lose out on the opportunity. Concurrently, however, they know he will not see any minutes competing with Koundé at the moment. As such, the Blaugrana are looking to enter a collaboration deal with Real Betis to sign Pubil on a co-ownership deal, much like they did for Emerson Royal a few years ago. At the time, both clubs paid €6 million each to sign him, and the player spent his first 2.5 years in Spain in Seville before making the move to Barcelona for a token fee from the Catalans. In a similar way, both clubs wish to co-own Pubil this time around. Real Betis will acquire him directly as an option to reinforce their right-back department and will thus give him regular minutes to hone his skills. Barcelona, which will collaborate on the deal, will also have control over his future and will wait for him to reach an appropriate level before taking him from Los Verdiblancos. Talks are expected to accelerate now, especially with Spain no longer in contention in the U21 Euros where Pubil was a part. Barcelona have made around €93 million this summer from player sales and sell-on clauses. They sold young players like Nico Gonzalez and earned extra money from past deals, such as a percentage of Jean-Claire Todibo's transfer. This income is helping them balance their finances and prepare for new signings like Nico Williams. An insight into the considerable sum which La Liga giants Barcelona have secured through a combination of outgoings and sell-ons this summer has on Monday been provided. The info comes courtesy of Diario Sport, and points towards the Blaugrana as having benefited financially from 5 separate transfers. The most direct was that of Alex Valle, sold to Italian outfit Como following a half-season on loan with Cesc Fabregas' side. Adding to this operation, though, were a quartet of indirect payments, owing to moves on the part of players previously on the books in Catalonia's capital. Specifically, Barcelona secured percentages of the fees paid for all of Jean-Claire Todibo, West Ham United, Ludovic Reis, Club Brugge, Ilaix Mariba, Celta Vigo, and Alex Collado, Al Shamal. So, what does all of this activity mean when it comes to the books at the Camp Nou? As per a report from Sport, Joan Laporta and company have seen their accounts boosted by a sum of €16.5 million this summer. FC Barcelona have ensured the continuity of several of their key players since the start of 2025. In this time, they have renewed the contracts of players like Ronald Araujo, Pedri, Gavi, Pau Cubarsí, Íñigo Martínez and Lamine Yamal. However, their work in this regard is still not complete. One player whose future they still have to address is the midfielder Frenkie de Jong, whose contract is expiring next year. The Blaugranes have already faced some tough negotiations with his entourage, and one of the contracts they put on the table was not even responded to by the midfielder until it was rescinded by the club. At the time of this withdrawal of the offer, it was reported that the two parties would again work on this issue after the end of the 2024-25 season. Barcelona looking to renew Frenkie de Jong before the end of June. Now, work seems to be already underway on this front, as Mundo Deportivo reports that Barcelona wants to complete this operation before the end of June. Thus, they will be looking to arrive at an agreement with Frenkie's entourage this week. In the second half of the last season, the €45 million rated Dutchman emerged as one of the most important players for Hansi Flick, and he is expected to remain a key player in the German coach's project going forward as well. Thus, this operation would be quite important for Barcelona. The club will also get some FFP benefits from the renewal. However, this renewal will not only have sporting benefits for the Blaugrana club but will also improve their FFP situation, which will then allow the Catalans to register more new players for the next season. So, from smart co-ownership strategies and unexpected financial boosts to a race against time to renew Frenkie de Jong, it's clear that Barcelona are planning something big this summer. What do you think of these moves? Should Barca prioritize renewing Frenkie, or focus more on new signings? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The Blaugrana have reportedly reached a full agreement for a cut-price summer signing, signaling the start of a busy transfer window. Meanwhile, AC Milan are closely monitoring one of Barca's top stars, as the Catalan giants prepare to offload key players to fund their ambitious pursuit of Nico Williams. Who's coming in and who could be on their way out? Let's break it all down in today's transfer roundup. La Liga giants Barcelona have tied up an agreement to land a leading member of the club's summer transfer wishlist. The player primed to take his talents to Catalonia's capital for next season? Rooney Bargi. The name of youngster Bargi has of course dominated the headlines at Barcelona for several days now. This comes after widespread confirmation was forthcoming that Deco and the Camp Nou brass had kicked into gear efforts to land the Copenhagen sensation. Bargi, for his part, is a 19-year-old winger, who has long been considered one of the standout up-and-coming talents on the continent. And as alluded to above, if the latest word stemming from the media on Monday is anything to go by, then the Swede will be plying his trade in Blaugrana colors next season. As per a report from transfer insider Santi Auna, citing information from the reliable Fabrizio Romano, FC Barcelona and Copenhagen have reached an agreement for Rooney Bargi. Transfer €2.5 million plus 15% of future sale. Porto sent also an offer of €2.5 million, but Bargi chose Barcelona. AC Milan monitoring Barcelona star as Spanish champions happy to sell star names to fund Nico Williams deal. Are AC Milan keen on Andreas Christensen? After a fairly chaotic few months at AC Milan, the club has finally started to settle down following the appointment of Massimiliano Allegri, who will take the reins for the second time. The Serie A giants parted ways with Sergio Conceição after finishing 8th in Serie A and exiting the Champions League round of 16, suffering a poor defeat to Feyenoord. Since Allegri took charge, the 7-time Champions League winners have been connected with several big-name players. One of them being Crystal Palace standout Eberechi Eze, who is seen as a potential replacement if Christian Pulisic ends up leaving the club. Another player that could be on their way to the San Siro this summer is Barcelona defender, Andreas Christensen, who has failed to make an impact under Hansi Flick. The Danish international missed over 40 matches across all competitions last season, as he recovered from an Achilles tendon injury for the majority of the campaign. After completing his rehabilitation, Christensen made just 6 appearances and registered 259 minutes for Barcelona, just qualifying for a La Liga winner's medal. Now, with just 1 year remaining on his deal, the Spanish side are reportedly looking to offload Christensen, and AC Milan are the frontrunners to land the Dane's signature. No fee has been cemented at this current moment in time. However, the Italian side could get a lowered price due to Christensen's injury problems and contract length. AC Milan are expected to reinforce their defense this summer, particularly with reports suggesting that Theo Hernandez is close to leaving the club for a move to Saudi giants Al Hilal. The Italian side played a back three for the majority of last season, something Allegri has notoriously implemented during his career, and this makes another central defender addition almost certain. Why are Barcelona selling their star players? Andreas Christensen is the latest Barcelona player to be linked with a move away, with the likes of Julian Araujo, Ferran Torres and Fermin Lopez all being rumored with possible departures. Many wondered why the Spanish giants are preparing for a huge summer offload. However, recent reports revealed that it is to help fund a move for Nico Williams. Barcelona are already favorites to win the league title once again on the best betting apps, and adding Williams to their roster would be another sign of intent. The athletic club star has impressed during his time in Bilbao and with his performances for Spain in the 2024 European Championship, convincing Barcelona to trigger a $65 million release clause, not yet confirmed. Financial concerns have been rife at the new camp in recent years, and adding Williams to the roster will require several departures this summer. So, Barca have already made a clever move in the market, securing a low-cost signing while preparing to cash in on big names. With AC Milan lurking and Nico Williams at the top of the wishlist, major changes are on the horizon at Camp Nou. What do you think of Barcelona's strategy? Are they making the right calls this summer? Let us know in the comments below.